Why?
I have to get home to Lauren. I'm gonna be there for her when she gets up.
What time does she get up?
6:45.
I have an alarm clock. We'll set it for 6 o'clock. You'll be out of here by 6:15. She'll never know the difference. Oh, you're tired. And it's cold out there. Let me keep you warm.
It's not that cold.
Oh, it's cold enough.
Rob, I can't.
Why? What are you, a vampire? Something will happen if the sunrise catches you in my bed?
Yeah, something might. You never know.
Let's find out.
I don't want to overstay my welcome.
You couldn't if you tried.
This is casual. Remember?
I remember.
Well, it is kind of chilly out there.
Much too chilly.
The practical thing would be to stay.
Way practical.
Nothing very significant in that.
Not a drop.
As long as it's casual.
Good morning.
Is Lauren up yet?
Not yet.
Well, good. Good. I have to go upstairs and change. You know, Mom, I am a grown-up, so I am allowed to spend the night out from time to time.
I didn't say anything.
Well, you don't have to. I know what you're thinking.
You do?
You don't like my having a casual relationship with Rob. You disapprove. It's not the kind of thing your generation did. Yeah, I understand all that, but times have changed.
No.
No?
No, that's not what I was thinking.
Oh.
Amy, is there some reason that you need me to approve of this relationship?
See, I knew you were thinking about this.
Is there?
Of course not.
Then why defend what hasn't been attacked?
I have to change.
My generation did this sort of thing on the weekend.
See, I knew you'd have a problem with this.
Look at this. See, I have these different colored dots. I'm supposed to put them on the cartons so that they end up in the right place. See? Yellow for kitchen, blue for bedroom.
When are the movers coming?
Day after tomorrow. But Winnie doesn't have to be out till the 31st. That gives her plenty of time to wrap up loose ends.
Yeah, 2 whole weeks.
Oh, and she found this really cute little place right down the street.
Comes with a roommate and a cat.
I told your sister she could take whichever bedroom furniture she wants. You know, the condo has 2 bedrooms, but I think I'm going to make one of them my sewing room.
That's great, Mom.
And I am not going to take this dining room table.
Well, we don't need anything furniture-wise, so Winnie can have it all if she wants it.
Mom, I told you, if you're not going to take everything with you, I mean, you should just have a garage sale, you know, and then use the money for something you really need.
Winnie, that's too much trouble.
I have to go, so Mom, you know where to reach me?
Yes. Hey, kiddo. After school, we're just going to lounge around and watch cartoons.
You'll be watching alone. Rebecca has to finish reading Runaway Ralph. She has a book report due tomorrow. Bye, baby. Bye, Mom. Winnie?
He's late. His first day. And he's late.
You talked to him on the phone. Maxine, how committed did he sound?
Committed. Probably just hit some bad traffic.
Well, let's get started without him because I have to get back to DCF.
Why don't we start with case reports?
All right, I told people what we were looking for, and these cases were referred to me from East Hartford PD. Okay, we have a child-on-child sex abuse with a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old who alleges his stepfather sexually abused him, a preschooler who's been followed by her music teacher, a molesting grandfather.
Wait a minute. Is that Rosland Preschool?
No, Green Day. Someone named Phil Nevins.
Oh, God.
You know him?
I am familiar with his work. This is Mr. Phil, the monster of Roseland. He molested 6 little girls last year. We were never able to bring charges against him. The state's attorney thought the victims were too young to be reliable witnesses.
Yeah, this is a 3-year-old. No witnesses, no physical evidence.
Oh, of course. I can't believe this.
Why is this guy worse than the others?
No, he's the one that got away. I threw everything I had at him. And at the end of the day, nothing stuck. And here he is, a bald-faced nerd.
It's personal.
No, of course not. I've never even seen the man. Where is Green Day?
Can somebody help me with this? Ladies, sorry I'm late. I'm Jonathan Ashworth. I'm the new assistant state's attorney.
Mr. Ashworth,
Yeah.
I'm Maxine Gray, DCF. And this is Megan Chestnut, our consulting therapist, Dr. Fran Winston,
On side, medical.
social worker.
Sarah Flitzman, hi.
Detective Shelley Tran, Hartford PD. Hi.
Well, ladies, consider me your go-to guy. I'm here to get the bad guys and kick some butt. I don't know about you, but I expect to have some fun. Now, one of you gals want to tell me where I can put this?
Carl Wilner's an 8-year-old who's been missing school, and the school is convinced his parents are deliberately keeping their son out of class and have asked DCF to investigate. Okay, Mr. Redfield.
Your Honor, Carl Wilner is biologically male. However, his parents, Harry and Pam Wilner, are allowing this young boy to grow his hair long and have sent him to Roscoe Elementary School in a girl's uniform. This year, when Carl entered 2nd grade, his parents registered him under the name Sasha Wilner.
Sasha?
He prefers to be called Sasha.
Carl's appearance has created quite a disruption at school and has made him the victim of numerous attacks, both physical and verbal. After several fruitless conversations with the Wilners, the school finally contacted DCF out of concern for the child's safety and psychological well-being.
Your Honor, there have been no allegations that the Wilners have been abusive to their son. In fact, we maintain they are loving parents who've been trying to give an idiosyncratic child the chance to find himself.
Find himself in what way?
Carl has exhibited non-conforming gender behavior from the age of 2. After years of trying to resist these tendencies, the Wilners were counseled to support Carl in his search for gender identity.
You said we're talking about an 8-year-old?
Yes, Your Honor. It's our contention that Roscoe Elementary has been seriously remiss in its duty to protect Carl from harm while on school grounds. If there's been any psychological damage, it's been at the hands of his peers and some of his teachers.
What is the school supposed to do? Provide a personal bodyguard for the kid? As long as he's wearing a skirt and knee socks, he's a target.
The Wilners have felt it necessary to remove their son from school and keep him home for his own protection.
Thereby subjecting him to educational neglect since he's not being home tutored.
All right, well, I don't see a need for a change of custody at this point. However, I am going to order a psychological evaluation for the whole family, and we'll continue this hearing when the evaluation is completed.
Really get the spider right.
Itsy bitsy spider climbed up the wire's back. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And itsy bitsy spider climbed up the spout again. That was great, you guys. What should we sing next? Alrighty, Samantha, come here. Oh. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. The wipers on the bus go swish and swish. Can I help you?
Phil Nevins.
Yes. Sweet.
Mr. Nevins, I've spent the last year following your career.
My career?
I'm with the Department of Children and Families.
You'll have to leave now. You've no right to be here.
You're very clever targeting the littlest ones. The ones who can't defend themselves or stand up to you in court.
I've asked you once to leave, now I'm telling you to go. You're not supposed to be here.
I realize that you are a very sick and pathetic human being, Mr. Nevins. And I don't care. I don't care what I have to do. I'm not going to let you hurt another child. I promise you. Never again.
Who the hell do you think you are? What gives you the right to make an accusation like that? Answer me. Who the hell are you?
Excuse me. I'm the director here. May I help you?
Oh, yes, thank you. I'm with DCF. I brought you some new neglect abuse forms and the revised summary of the reporting laws.
Oh, thank you. Usually we get these through the mail.
Yes, well, we ran short of stamps today. If you'll excuse me. Laundry day?
Comes around. Your daughter says goodbye, try to keep it together for another day.
How's it going, Mr. Mom?
It's not bad. I usually get about an hour or so of writing done a day. In between playing, eating, hysterical crying jags, napping. It's not even taking REI schedule into account.
Well, Vincent. Goodbye, Amy. I can't take Lauren to karate today.
Okay. Bye, Mom. Do you see that attitude?
What attitude?
That judgmental attitude. Mom totally disapproves of my relationship with Rob.
Oh, why? Because he's a good 15 years younger than you are?
You're in on this, too?
Amy, you have every right to be seen in public on the arm of someone who no one else can figure out what the hell you're doing with.
Is that supposed to be a statement of support?
Just know that that's what you're doing, and don't get all revisionist.
Meaning what?
Meaning I've seen you try to retrofit boyfriends before. This place is a lot more interesting than the fluff and fold.
It's 11 years, okay?
I suppose I just wanted to get a look at him. I wanted to put a face. It was a mistake going there. I don't like mistakes.
You wanted to see. That's not a mistake. If you made me that crazy, I'd want to see too.
I'm not crazy. Not yet, anyway.
If you're certain about this guy...
I am certain.
Well, in that case, there are steps that could be taken.
I've taken every step there is, every process and protocol and procedure.
Well, maybe you have and maybe you haven't. Look, I'm just saying there are things we could do to make sure he was in harm's way.
Shelley, you have no idea how much I want Phil Nevins off the street. But I won't do anything that could call into question what we're doing here.
I thought one of the things we were supposed to be doing is helping people maneuver through the system.
Maneuver, not circumvent.
It's all in the shading.
No, it is not.
I guess it's a cop thing. Occupational hazard.
Gender dysphoria, or gender identity disorder, can be described as an aversion toward the physical and social characteristics of one's biological sex and a corresponding affinity for those of the opposite sex. This would include the desire to wear the clothing of the opposite sex, participate in the games and pastimes of the other sex, and in some cases an expressed desire or insistence that he or she is the other sex. He's an 8-year-old boy. Does he even know there's an opposite sex? What would be the male equivalent of a tomboy?
RuPaul.
I'm serious. It would be what? A sissy.
Not a real equivalent. Sissies are ostracized, tomboys are encouraged. The rules are a lot looser for girls. Goals, measures of success, completely different calibration. Girls get away with murder.
So how's your sister doing?
Fine.
Right.
Angie first came to DCF's attention 2 years ago when she disclosed to a Sunday school teacher that her mother's boyfriend, Ricky, had fondled her.
Once? Twice?
She was 5 at the time. It was hard to get a clear story.
Medical evidence?
No. We investigated, but by then the boyfriend had moved out of the house, and we didn't feel we had much of a case, so it didn't go anywhere.
Did the mom tell you that he moved out, or do you know for a fact that he moved out?
Mom said they broke up, and I went by the house once, and there was no sign he lived there, so...
So you moved on?
I had 30 other cases.
Sure. Right.
Ricky is apparently back on the scene, and...
And Angie has disclosed to a friend's parent that Ricky occasionally takes showers with her. The police took an initial report, and I'm going out tomorrow.
I don't think that's a good idea. I don't want you interviewing her unless I'm there.
What I'm most concerned about is this. Do I pull Angie out of the house or not? The mom swears the relationship with Ricky is over.
Yeah, but that's what she said last time, and now the kid's become his shower buddy.
Jonathan, I want to hear what Sarah has to say.
How much do we need to hear? DCF dropped the ball. This time, let's not screw it up. Just get the kid out of the house, then nail the boyfriend.
My concern is that she's an emotionally dependent child who would not do well in foster care, especially if we're going to want her to testify.
Just get her out of the house.
Jonathan, this is a team meeting. The purpose being to strategize about the child, her family, and the psychological consequences of the case.
I'm just trying to get a little momentum going here, that's all. You're the experts. I just wish someone had been a pro and done it right the first time. It'd make my job a lot easier.
We started worrying about Carl when he wanted to be Cinderella for Halloween when he was 4. It took us till Thanksgiving to talk him out of the costume. We're just trying to let him be the person he wants to be. Isn't that what you're supposed to do as parents?
If Carl had said he was a vampire, would you have let him wear a Dracula costume to school every day?
Listen, I'm not happy about this. No, we tried to encourage more male behavior, but what if we were wrong? What if we were forcing him into something that just isn't right? I mean, he was miserable when we wouldn't let him dress up.
Well, Mr. Wilner, weren't you concerned that Carl would be victimized if he showed up at school dressed as a girl?
Of course we were. But it's what he wanted so much. What, I'm supposed to tell him I won't love him if he doesn't wear pants? My own father won't talk to me because of this. He has some pretty strict ideas about what a man's supposed to be and what a father's supposed to do. That's him. That's the kind of dad he was.
Aside from outward appearances, do you notice any change in your son since you allowed him to dress as he wishes?
He's laughing. Whatever the hell else is going on, at least I hear him laugh again.
Hey.
Hello.
You're just in time. I need a hand. Could you hang this on the wall for me? There's already a nail in the wall.
Oh, of course. How's that?
It looks a little crooked.
Jonathan, I was hoping we could talk for a moment about this project and what we hope it can be.
Sure.
First, I sense great enthusiasm from you.
Nobody else wanted the job.
Ah.
See, they'd hear it was you on the phone, and people started diving under their desks like it was an air raid. I figured any job that was so universally despised had to be an opportunity, and I was right. So I get to be tough on crime and look compassionate at the same time.
You have a lot of spunk, Jonathan, and we can use that here. But we have to remember that some of the people we're trying to help have had bad experiences with official government. We're trying to reduce that friction, move things along smoothly.
I hear you. That's what I love about what we're doing here. The streamlining. It lets us make this beautiful end run around the ACLU. What are they going to say? We're helping sexually abused kids. We're liberal proof.
I'm a little surprised by your take on this, Jonathan.
Hey, I'm the one who's surprised. If anybody else had come up with this vertical integration scam, the political correctness people would be all over it. But coming from you, boy. Well, I guess that's like what they say. Only Nixon could go to China.
Hey, you.
Hi.
So, you read any good books lately?
What?
I'm serious. What do you like to read? We never talk about things like that.
Well, I just finished reading The Perfect Storm.
Oh, wow, that's supposed to be good. Did you like it?
Yeah. It was exciting. I like the movie better. What have you read lately?
Oh, I'm not really reading that much. I'm working on George Stephanopoulos' autobiography and John Cheever's last novel and a little bit of Flannery O'Connor.
Oh, I don't really read much fiction.
Oh, well, you'd love this Cheever. It's only 100 pages long. I'll get it for you.
Sure. I'd like that.
Great.
Amy.
Ma, this isn't high school.
Then why are you still living in my house?
Well, Lauren's not even here, so, what's your problem with my seeing Rob tonight?
Amy, has it ever occurred to you that I might be sitting here doing something other than monitoring your comings and goings?
You're not?
I wish I could get it through your otherwise reasonable skull that I am not the one obsessing about you and Rob. You are.
So how's it going? Sanctuary House.
I'm beginning to understand why these people were kept in separate buildings.
Why?
Because doctors and the police and lawyers don't really like each other. They get along like cats and dogs. More cats.
Mom, I know you want this to work, but I think you might want to be a little careful.
About what?
Well, I'm looking at this as a judge. You might have some civil liberties questions around privacy issues and sharing information among agencies.
Now is a bad time to point that out to me.
Well, when was I supposed to talk to you about it? We've been clocking a good 30 seconds every day, passing each other, coming and going. If you'd wanted my perspective on this,
You would have penciled me in. Thank you very much.
No, I'm just saying there would have been an opportunity.
There would have been an opportunity if you weren't sneaking out of here every night in search of your second adolescence.
Wow. Are we having one fight here or two?
I am not fighting. I'm going to bed. You do not follow me at this time.
Thanks for talking to me today, Sasha.
You're very welcome, ma'am. I didn't know they had girl judges.
Yeah, yep, they do. And I am one.
I like your hair.
Thanks. Thanks, I like yours.
I want it longer so my mom can teach me to French braid it.
And your clothes are very pretty.
This is my best school uniform.
Now the other boys, they wear a different uniform to school, right?
Oh, I'm not a boy anymore. I'm a girl.
Oh, really?
I think there was a mistake somewhere. Things like that happen.
What kind of mistake?
I didn't like it, the whole boy thing. Mostly I hated the clothes. I like girls' clothes. I used to have to steal them, and I know it's wrong, and I'm sorry I did that. And I had to hide them and only wear them when no one was around. But now I don't have to hide them. They're there in my closet, and I can wear them anytime I want.
And what about your old boy clothes?
They're in boxes in case I ever want them, but I don't think I ever will. Girls' clothes are better. Don't you think they're better?
What do you think would happen if you put on your old boy clothes, Sasha?
Well, I guess I'd be a boy again, but I'd much rather be a girl. It's better. You wouldn't want to be a boy. Believe me, I know.
How do you think I feel? He compared me to Richard Nixon. Favorably.
So you think he has political aspirations?
I think he's in there writing his speech for Bob Jones University.
We have to get rid of him.
Why? Because you don't like his politics?
Friend, he's an assistant state's attorney. I can't just change him like a light bulb.
He said no one else wanted the job.
Well, he's the wrong guy for us. His attitude is wrong. His tactics are wrong. His motives are wrong. Someone who walks in here and sees that big flag of his, they'll think it's a police station. No offense.
None taken.
And that simply wasn't the idea. This was supposed to be a safe place to help kids, not a place to build careers. He doesn't care.
And that disqualifies him.
It makes it impossible to work with him.
If you say so.
You're going to have to do something about him.
I am?
I can't work with him.
Can't or won't?
You get the same result. Either way.
She fell asleep at 8.
Where's Mom?
She went to bed after the news. How's class?
Okay. What's all this?
Stuff from the china cabinet. Mom doesn't want any of it.
Wow, Dad's 1956 high school track medal. What? Are you taking this?
Yeah. You want it?
Yeah.
Then you should take it.
Do you remember this? He bought this for our trip to Sarasota.
Why don't you take it all?
I don't want it all. I'm just possibly suggesting that we talk about it before it gets packed up, that's all.
Hey, you know what? Whatever. Why don't you and Mom discuss it and decide what you want me to have?
Winnie, what's the problem?
I don't have a problem, Bruce. I'm used to this, okay? You and Mom figure everything out, and I'll just trail along behind you waiting for my instructions.
Winnie? She is moving in 2 days. It's happening. Nothing is going to change that now.
I know.
How about dealing with it like an adult? You're 30 years old, for God's sakes.
Yeah, and still getting the leftovers.
What?
There's the face. It's the innocent face, like you just have no idea what I'm talking about.
It looks like that because I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
It's about me getting shortchanged, Bruce. Or did you just think you were entitled to the big room, and I deserve the little one?
Winnie, please, the big room, the little room?
Okay, maybe it was natural selection that put you in private school and sent me to public.
You went to Arts Magnet, where you probably had a lot more fun painting pictures than I did dealing with Sister Rita Bernard.
And how supportive do you think Mom would have been of me if I'd come home with a baby and no husband?
Winnie, don't you have more important things in your life to worry about than keeping score from 20 years ago?
I've had a lot of practice, Bruce, because the game's been rigged for 20 years.
Oh, how do you figure it's been rigged?
Well, how else do I end up with a roommate and a cat?
Maxine, you must be psychic. We were just coming looking for you. Hey, I think I figured out a way to get you Mr. Phil.
Oh?
Shelley was telling me what a burr in your saddle this guy is, so I started thinking, these creeps don't get their kicks one way. Odds are he's on the internet. Now, I've got a drinking buddy. He works sex crimes down at the BFI. See where I'm going with this?
I'm not certain.
If Mr. Phil is looking for action in a chat room, I can whip up probable cause. We can seize his hard drive. Maybe even find something to link him to the Rosland kids. But one bad picture, and bam, he's a registered sex offender. So what do you think? Not bad for a guy who just rolled through the door?
Very impressive, Jonathan.
Oh, I understand. You don't want to get your hopes up. Well, it smells good to me. I'm gonna call my pal at the bureau. Thanks, Shelley.
Don't mention it.
Maxine, hold up. I need you to talk to this guy. You'll like him.
Shelley. Fran's a good doctor, but she's got to work on her people skills. Before I let this proceed.
Let it proceed? You heard him. He's like a kid in a candy store.
Before I let this proceed, one question. If he gets a warrant and finds something on Phil Nevin's computer, how will it have gotten there?
It will have gotten there through the folly and arrogance of mortal man.
Hey, so good job today, guys, okay?
See you later.
Good job?
Bye.
Good job? You ready? Amy.
Hi.
Hey, did I forget something?
No, I just had a minute, so thought I'd stop by.
Amy, this is Judy Kepler. Judy, this is Amy Gray, Lauren's mom.
Oh, hi, yeah, Lauren's great.
Yeah, I think so too.
Judy's a new instructor.
Oh, great. Great.
We're gonna go get some coffee. Do you want to come along?
No, thanks, no.
If it's private, I can take a hike.
Private?
About Lauren?
Oh, no, it's no big deal. I just was, around the corner.
So I'll see you later on.
Absolutely.
It was nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you too.
Later?
Later.
Hey.
Hi. I brought you a book. You probably already have it.
Oh, what a paradise it seems.
Yeah, I was gonna give it to someone. No, I don't think I will.
Why not? It's a great book. It's the last thing Cheever wrote. Last things are special.
Is John Cheever still in fashion? I mean, do people read him anymore?
All the really good stuff never goes out of style. Who are you going to give this to?
I was gonna give it to Rob.
But you changed your mind. Why?
Because if I gave it to him, he'd feel obliged to read it and then tell me what he thought and maybe pretend to like it when he didn't, and suddenly a night of wild abandon is interrupted by a book report.
How's that going, though? Wild abandon part.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, evidence to the contrary, you can't ignore Mom. It is possible to turn off her voice in your head. Unless, of course, it's starting to reverberate with some of your own thoughts.
He's got a bookcase in his apartment. An empty bookcase. I don't understand it. How can you be an adult and have an empty bookcase? The other day, Mr. Wilner was asked, what if his son had come to him and said he was a vampire? Would he have indulged him? Well, I believe if Carl Wilner had decided to be a vampire or a tiger or a dump truck, we wouldn't be here today. Gender is so much at the core of our identity that as soon as someone even hints they might want to switch teams, we take it pretty seriously. Of course, we are talking about an 8-year-old. Now, maybe Sasha is transgender. Maybe he thinks that his mother or his grandmother or the Powerpuff Girls represent good qualities that he wants in his personality. Or maybe he just likes girls' clothes. At this point, we can't know that any more than this child can. It's just too soon. Now, I am convinced that Mr. and Mrs. Wilner are loving, caring parents, but this issue of gender has disturbed them as much as it has the rest of us. So, Mr. and Mrs. Wilner, I want you to begin counseling along with your child as you move through this period. And I want Carl back in school in the most non-disruptive way possible. Sasha.
Yes, ma'am?
I want to ask you to do something that's going to make things a lot easier for you and your parents.
What?
You have such a great imagination that I want you to pretend to be a boy when you're at school.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean that when you're at home, you can be whoever you want to be. But for a few hours every day, I'd like you to wear some of your old clothes and pretend to be a boy. Just while you're at school.
Do I have to cut my hair?
No. No, you don't. And I will do whatever I can to make sure that you don't have any trouble at school. And if there are no more unexcused absences in the next 3 months, then DCF will withdraw its petition. Is that correct, Mr. Redfield?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's all right with you, Sasha?
I'll give it a try.
Well, thank you.
Is Grandma there yet?
No, baby. She just left an hour ago.
When can we visit her?
Maybe when school's finished. Let's go get your stuff. We're going home.
Okay.
So, you planning on ever talking to me again?
I don't know what you mean.
What I mean is you haven't said a word since you got on the plane.
I'm tired. Going to bed.
What do you want me to do, Winnie? Apologize? For what? For figuring out what I want to do and doing something about it? I'm not going to. Not even for you. And I'd do just about anything for you.
I bet you think that's true.
What did you want me to do? March onto the plane and drag Mama off before she got her little bag of mixed nuts? I would have done that. You know I would have. But you're not completely sure that's what you really want, is it?
I'm not finished. I can still make something happen. I can still figure out what I'm supposed to do. And I wanted her to see that. I didn't want her to go thinking I'm a failure. I wanted Mom to see me get it right. And now she's going.
Winnie, we put her on a plane, not in the ground.
You know what I mean.
Not all the time. Our mother is moving to Vegas. We gotta bear this shame together.
It's so embarrassing. I want the table.
You can have the table.
Amy. I gotta go. You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm sorry about tonight.
You don't have to apologize to me. You've got a lot on your mind.
Yeah, I do. Call me.
Sure. What's wrong?
You kissed me in front of that girl, Judy.
And you're embarrassed.
No, I mean, not really by the kiss.
By what?
By giving you books you don't want to read. By making you listen to music that means nothing to you. By trying to build a supportable defense for all of this.
Who says it needs defending?
Me.
Amy, I've been trying to play this thing the way you want. But you keep changing the rules.
I thought the point was we didn't have any rules.
Then you're not paying attention. Because there are a lot of them. And you're the one who's been setting them. Look, I don't know anyone like you. I've never had anyone I've had to work so hard to keep up with. And I work really hard, in case you haven't noticed. There's a lot more going on for you here than you're ready to acknowledge, and that's a problem. For you, not for me.
I gotta go.
Just remember, you broke up with me once. And this thing, right here now, this is the second chance. If you understand what I'm saying.
I think I do.
Well, don't think too much.
Mom? You couldn't sleep? I haven't really tried yet.
Phil Nevins is in jail. If things go well, he will never have access to children again.
So the great experiment is working.
Appears to be. Not exactly as I thought it would, but it appears to be.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I think I'm going to be around a little bit more.
Oh?
In the evenings. I think I'm going to stay in more. With you and Lauren. If that's okay.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, the drama explodes when a police commissioner is linked to 2 murders. Don't miss the drama of Law